Obviously a big win for us on so many levels. Iowa was undefeated in conference. I think Coach Chan's done an incredible job with this team this year. I mean, they've proven it night in and night out, and so we knew it was a big opportunity for us. And I'm just so proud of our team. I think, I felt confident because of the way we approached the Michigan trip, the way we approached when we came back, and we battled. I think we came out, the aggressors and carried it through and had great performances across the board. Obviously, to turn it over only 5 times and shoot the ball well, but really battle them, in the post. We felt like taking their guards out of it would really help the post battle, their interior game. We did that. They owned the game plan, and they were just tremendous. These two here, there's not enough words, for me to say how proud I am, not just because their numbers are great, but because how they have approached these last couple weeks. And I believe we are a better basketball team now than we were then. And now we just got to keep showing it, on the scoreboard.
Hi, ladies. Great game. Beating the number 8 team. Coach, can you talk about the defense tonight and just keeping the team to 69 points, number 8 team? And for the ladies, can you both speak on each other? There was 2 great early starts, both of you having double digits, and just how you felt coming into the game.
Yeah, just with the defensive game plan, all of my assistant coaches do an incredible job with their scouts. This one was Coach Nikki Blues, and we were very specific with, they have a great interior game, so we wanted to battle the bigs, not let them get deep position, and also help big to big, but really take their guards out of it with pressure. And I thought Kennedy and Jazzy and London and Diana, who came in, did a really good job of that. And I really got on them about the 6 made threes for Iowa in the first half, and we held them to 1 in the second. I knew they couldn't do both, right? And so that was the defensive game plan. I thought the players really, really tried to own that, and it was successful for us.
Yeah. And I feel like our focus, like me and Jazzy, we, after every single game, I've said it before, we talk about what happened, how we can do better moving forward. And every time before the game, we look at each other before we run out and we're like, are you ready? And she's like, yeah, I'm ready. And then we like clap hands or something, and we go out and we know that we need to handle business.
Good job tonight, ladies. Jazzy, this is for you. 21 points, 8 assists. Looks like you're seeing the floor a lot better. Can you talk about film study and how much film study has helped you, and has that become a part of your daily routine?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge thing. I think our whole team watches a lot of film. Our coaches really emphasize it and get in with us individually, and we watch a lot of film. So it really has helped me a lot, and it's helped me see the floor better, see my teammates better, and also helps me get to my spots better. So.
Wanted to ask you kind of a bigger picture one. In a season like this, where things haven't obviously gone, as you may have hoped, and then you're kind of navigating this evolving landscape, of college basketball, where you have players transfer out, players transfer in. Somebody like Malia, obviously she doesn't play tonight, but who's stuck it out, for 3 years now. How much have you leaned on someone like her, as far as, trying to establish the consistency that you want to see this season?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, when we say like stuck it out, like she's gone to 2 Elite Eights, had 2 championships, been 2 number 1 seeds, like, but it's really a pleasure to see people grow. I do know in this sort of instant gratification, like everyone wants things right at the moment, but I do think there, and obviously we've used the transfer portal to our advantage too. But I do think, this idea of having people where you can be like, remember that, your freshman year, or I talk about Jazzy all the time, right? Like this is a part of her story and her journey. And so for someone like Malia to, I called something in the huddle today that was the name of the play 2 years ago. Like I called it Ohio, and she's like, it's flyer, and I was like, oh, Malia's on it because she knows she's been here, right? And so I think to have someone grow and develop, number one, it's great for her. Like she's become a better player. She's become super, involved in everything we're doing, and she's been really active on campus and has all these other things going for her. But for the team, it's really nice, to have people who know what you want, who have been in the battles. And I think that the trick now for coaches is to integrate both, right? Like the more players you can have kind of developing through the program, great, and you add veteran stuff in the portal if you need to. But I think it's great when someone can, be like Malia and be a success story of growth, right? Not everyone gets what they want all at once, but I think that the life benefits come from growing through some adversity.
Lindsay, there was a moment midway through the third quarter, I think they had cut the lead to 3. And then Kennedy, I think she drove on like 4 out of 5 possessions or something crazy like that. Given just the way this last month has gone with a lot of leads lost in the second half of games, how much does that mean to just have someone kind of take matters into their own hands in that moment?
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for everything that Kennedy Smith brings, and that comes with growth too, right? And like I said, none of us are fully developed humans. I'm not, right? I certainly don't expect a 19, 20-year-old to be. And I thought Kennedy's second half response today was incredibly important for us. She always sets the tone defensively, right? Like for us to be able to say, hey, they got 2 big kids who average, combined 30 points, can't just go mess up the guard. Like she just takes that on, right? But, I know she didn't have the offensive half in the first half that she wanted. I didn't say much. I just literally went up to her at halftime and said, keep attacking, keep being aggressive. And, so yeah, her ability to get to the rim is really important for us. I thought she finished well. I think, because we score so much at the wings, right? Like Jazzy, KD, London, Ken, like that's when now they're starting to play off each other. So if they're going to double KD, Jazzy's going to get a mid-range jumper. If they're going to sell out on Jazzy, Ken's going to go to the rim. And this was one really good game for us. We had to continue to develop it, but we know that the offense is designed for people to make the right read, and if the right read's for Ken to go to the rim, she's going to go to the rim. And if there's 2 people there, we know she's going to kick it and someone's going to hit a 3. That's the idea. So I was really proud of just her ability to do that tonight.
Ben Bolch with the California Post. You've been talking about how this team's right there, really close, and tonight you obviously got a huge victory against a great team. Do you believe in the one win like this changing the trajectory of a season? And really showing this team what it can do against a high-level team.
Yeah, I mean, I think right now this was really, really needed. Michigan was number 7, and we're up 5 going to the 4th on their court, and Michigan State's legit. These teams aren't kind of good. They're really good, and we know that. And so, yes, we took some confidence that we've also had wins, early in the season against top 25 teams. Like, there's a reason our net is what it is, because we haven't lost to anyone not good, right? But we still wish we had won more. So I think the lessons have been, okay, where are we falling short? Like I keep telling them it's confidence and humility. The humility to know we can't give up 23 second chance points or we can't turn it over, right? Like that's basketball. But the confidence to know these are top 10 teams, and we just have to keep doing what we need to do to be where we need to be. So I do think, we've got 9, now 8, games in the second half of conference, and my expectation is that we're at the top in these second half. I can't do anything about what happened, right? But that we're at our hottest in these last 9 games, and I think a win like tonight starts it. But it started in Michigan. It started before, right? And then we just got to keep it going. But I do think them feeling and seeing the ramifications of how they approach this week, of course, it helps us. It also helps us in the actual, net and tournament stuff, and it's a big win.
Kara, you hit 1,500 points tonight. What does it mean to do that in a Trojan uniform? And has this season felt maybe a little different in some ways?
Yeah, I didn't know that, so that's really cool. But yeah, to be in a Trojan uniform, that means it means everything to me, because going into the transfer portal, I wanted to feel like I had a coach that had confidence in me, and Coach Lindsay's giving me all of that and more. And so being able to play my version of basketball and how I do with the Trojan uniform means so much with this brand. And to be a Trojan woman, like, it means a lot to me. So I'm glad I'm able to do that for 1 year. Thank you, Coach Lindsay, for giving me the opportunity. And yeah.
Coach, you talked about maturity and gaining maturity, and you guys came out and you were aggressive from the start and never let up. Was there a conversation about maintaining that aggression throughout the game?
Yes. So one of the things, I put on the board was like the full 40, right? Because we, the last 2 games we had to battle back from these big deficits. I'm like, let's be the aggressors. Or we've had I've shown them like clips and chunks of 2 minutes here or 3 minutes here and the way that possessions affect one another. And so we really, where they've been so great in the response is now in the huddles, it's like, okay, that was their run, no more. Or let's win these next 2 possessions. And I just see a tangible difference in how they're handling those moments. And so, yeah, that helped us to weather their runs because they're a really good team. It helped us, I thought, to come out in both the first and the third quarters and really, step on the gas. And that's what, we're all still trying to become what we can become. But for our team, I think just understanding those micro moments within the 40 minutes is important.
Hey, Coach. Last year, you guys were the top 10 team. You went on the road to an unranked Iowa, and they upset you. This year, the roles were kind of reversed the way. I'm curious, did you see the parallels between that at all? And did last year's game at all impact your preparation for this game?
I do remember that one last year. Yeah, I mean, I was even grateful for that experience. Obviously, there was 22,000 people there, and it was the Caitlin Clark jersey retirement. And it was a tough game and a tough environment. I think it helped us grow as a team then. And then we knew we had to win, all the other games and probably sweep the team down the street to be able to win the regular season title. And so, I went back and watched that game just to see what I could gather from it, even though the personnel is different. And, I did remind this team that's the one team that we, lost to in the regular season. But mainly I think this group is about what's right in front of us and understanding this was a big game because Iowa was a great program and they were undefeated in the league. So I think the kind of comparisons to it were more for the coaching staff, but I think the players, just understood it was a really big game because they're an excellent team and we had a chance and an opportunity to do something special.
Hey, congrats on the win. Katie, I want to ask you about, you've been on the offensive tear lately. What contributes to your success on the offensive end? And Jazzy, can you talk about the chemistry you have between, you and Kara?
Yeah, I know I keep saying it, but it's just being aggressive. It's as simple as that. Just knowing that I need to get up shots and also I'm building my confidence in my shots on and off the court and before practice, after practice. So just reps and being aggressive.
Yeah, and then me and Katie's relationship, I mean, she's just a great leader in general for our entire team. I think she's kind of like an older sister to me now. I can go to her for advice. I can talk to her about different things going on with the team and even just outside of basketball. And she's just really just a great friend in general. So very grateful for her.
And I'll just add that I think the common thread with the two of them, beyond the basketball skills, is just a humility. I remember in one of my early conversations with Katie, I've said this before, when she was trying to find her way, it was not, Coach, you need to get me more shots, or you need to put me here, or you need to do this. It was, hey, I got to figure this out. And she actually said to me, I've never played with someone as talented as Jazzy. It wasn't, why is this freshman doing this? Or it was literally that. And I think that type of mentality allows you to be successful with other people. And similarly, Jazzy's just hunting the best play. So, to be able to get 21 points, but also 8 assists, I think our whole team feels like if Katie's open on that block, she's scoring. If Katie's open, because someone can't guard her, we're getting it here, or the next player, or the next player. So I think a true chemistry can develop with a little time, but with true humility. And I think, it's neat to see just like-minded people click. We still have a lot of work to do, but I think the entire team's been kind of bought in on the right things, and that, is more likely to lead to success. Still got to do the work on the court, though.
Congrats on the win. There are a lot of Iowa fans here tonight. How did you guys manage to block out the noise, and what did it feel like to win in front of the USC crowd who's been here through thick and thin?
I only heard the USC fans.
Literally.
Our crowd is awesome. I mean, it's like I said out there, it's easy to come, when you're winning every game. It's more meaningful for people to come and understand that this is a process. And, this team has big goals still and, some learning and adversity behind us. But I think our best basketball is still in front of us, and really happy to be home in the better weather and, all the great things we have here and just be able to play in front of our home crowd.
Hi, ladies. Congrats on the win. Jazzy, you've been aggressive early in games. Has it been your goal to take the first shot?
No. Kind of like Coach Lindsay said, I feel like our whole team just kind of hunts the best shot possible. So if that's a mismatch for Katie on the block, then that's where I'm going to pass it. If that's me, if I have the advantage, then I'm going to drive it. But just trying to get the best shot first. So.
Mm-hmm.
For both Jazzy and Kara, Coach was talking a little bit to this before, but in terms of confidence, especially given what you guys have gone through this month, what did this win mean just for the locker room?
I think it really means everything. We really felt like we needed this win, and I feel like we've had a lot of great practices, and I feel like just the team morale is really good right now, despite the losses. Mm-hmm. So it's really, I don't know, I guess it's just good for us to have this win and moving forward into February, building on it.
Thank you, guys. See you Sunday.